I would do back forth. 3 at the Dangerfields, 4 at the Cellar. Friday I would do 6, Saturday I would do 7.
That's nuts.
Yeah, but they're 20-minute sets. The worst part is commuting. The performing was not that hard.
Well, that's what I mean. It's crazy that you could actually, be bouncing around like that in the same city, but they're far enough away that either club doesn't care.
No, they could care less. I would do one right down the street from the other one. There's no competition like that. There's so many clubs in Manhattan, and the different audiences in every one. There's 8 million people there, so it didn't really matter. You're never going to see the same people twice.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but you got to work. It's like, thank you. It was a kind of a 15 minutes up. I would literally time it where I'd be off stage at say 11:15, and have to be on stage at the Comedy Cellar at 11:35. So you jump out, go down to the FDR Drive, shoot down a house. You had your whole route mapped out, and back then I couldn't afford parking garages. It's like $35 to park your car, which you're making $50 a spot.
Jeez,
it's great though. But it's great. It was great.
It is. It's funny, Jimmy, because we're out here on the West Coast. We don't live that frenetic lifestyle. It's insane. You really have to be slightly crazy to be able to even have a pace like that to be able to keep up with it.
It's harder on the West Coast, not because the people are different, but just because the clubs, like LA, the club structure is different. Comedy Store, Laugh Factory, and the Improv. So it's like you could possibly do 2 in a night, but you can't go back and forth and do 5, 6 spots a night. It's very, very hard.
Yeah, and it's so spread out. Even though it's got a huge population, it's still so spread out. Unlike Manhattan, where, like you said, you can really bounce around and get where you got to go.
Yeah, you're only going a couple of miles, and you can be late and hit traffic if you don't know where you're going. But you can always hop on a train. Out of the West Coast, there's no way to do it. You just can't do it. You can't go back and forth. That's why I think a lot of comedians in LA, some of them are very funny, but they have 7 minutes and they're working on an industry set. They want somebody in the business to discover them, and they wind up sucking because they're not creating. They're not being funny. They're worried too much about saying the wrong thing. They're like, let me just get this good 7 minutes in case somebody from Warner Brothers is here or somebody from NBC is here, instead of actually just being organically funny.
Well, and that's the thing about Jim. We don't have a lot of comics on the show, unless, of course, we know they're good. That way, when you go spend your money, you're going to have a good time. And the thing about Jim Norton is that Jim's funny. The idea is that when he comes to town, when you see him, he has new material, and it's just as great as anything you've heard because Jim really is a talented comic.
Thank you.
Unlike guys that, Jim, you know them, we won't say names, but they're doing the same act for years. I mean, I've even seen some people throw stuff up on the internet, on YouTube, where they'll show a comic doing his material. You'll see different clothes as it just pops from joke to joke where he's doing the same act, and it's really like, wow, bro.
It's almost like at that point you're just an actor.
How do you not see the YouTube clip and go, maybe I should do some new material?
I don't understand how anybody can hear their own voice say the same things. I get so bored so quickly, and it's like, as a comedian, when something like when Tiger Woods happens or Jesse, how do you not make fun of that? Like, how do you not talk about that? So how can you not have new material? I don't all right, the oil spill, a little dry in the comedy well,
Yeah.
Hey, but how far can you go with that?
The comedy well, that was a good pun. There you go, buddy.
Oh, I didn't even mean that. Yeah,
I
actually didn't even mean that.
He's a genius.
That was a complete accident.
But we had a Bombshell on yesterday. I was wondering what your take is on the whole.
I love her. I follow her on Twitter, Michelle McGee.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, her and BJ got into it. It was pretty fun.
I hated her so much yesterday. So you got to tell me what you love about her, because I can't find anything.
I'm sexually attracted to her. That's it. It begins and ends there.
That's why you said that was defending her. He's like, oh, it's because you want to have sex with her.
I don't care about her white supremacist tattoos. Believe me, if your ass is good enough, I don't care if you have a Hitler mustache. Your political ideology is irrelevant to me, madam. I follow her on Twitter, and my girlfriend said to me, who's Michelle Bob? We were fighting, and she thought she had me because she thought it was some girl that I was sleeping with. And I wish that was the case, but she was like, who's Michelle Bombshell? And I knew I had her because I'm like, none of your business, stupid.
None of your business.
I was really aggressive with her, and then it drove her nuts, and then I finally unloaded. Like, you know how you have artillery? And then finally I'm like, it's the one that Sandra Bullock's husband cheated with, you idiot. And then she's like, oh, okay. I knew I had her. How was she, though? Was she a jerk? I've never heard her speak.
You know what? She wasn't a jerk. She was nice. I was the jerk because Jim, I hate when women go, oh, I was duped, as if they don't know that the guy's lying to them.
Right.
But, like she just did. Because I had said to her, I go, look. Why did you have sex with this guy? She said, I thought it was going to be for real. It was going to be a long-term relationship. And I asked her, I said, did you have conversations with him before leading up to make you believe that maybe it was going to be long-term? She said, no. I said, so you go meet him on the first day, you F him on the first day, and the reason you F him on that one day that you're with him in his garage, you think you're going to have a long-term relationship with him? I go, I'm like, come on, you're not that stupid.
Right.
but she's trying to say she was.
Well, was she promoting a sexual website?
Exactly.
Ooh, good girl. Oh, do I like that?
$9.95 for the VIP
No free
room.
samples, Jim. You can't see a thing. We didn't get to see one breast shot until you're a VIP.
No, you go on the site and there's a clip of her wearing a towel, and she's about to take the towel off, and just as she's about to drop it, the clip ends.
She may know, though, that because she's a quote-unquote, she had sex with a celebrity, or because of where she is, people may just want to see her naked and not watch, although I would watch. That's a bad move to not show a preview. You should show a little something. You give them a little something.
That's exactly it.
I've been dying to see her naked. Some buddy of mine works for whatwould-TylerDurdenDo.com, and he sent me some photos of her naked. She looks really good.
That's a great website.
Yeah, those guys are really great.
TylerDurdenDo.com. That's an awesome name.
We got one picture of her naked. It's a fantastic
How
picture.
does she look in person? I think she's super sexy.
She was on the phone, so we don't know.
She looked good on the phone.
Oh, she was on the phone.
Yeah.
She was doing.
We're Seattle. No one stops in here.
Yeah.
Seems like.
Wow, I would sleep with her in a minute. Anybody who has religious writing on their face.
See, that's the hard part for me, is the tattoo on the forehead.
I love it, because they're never going to go, ouch, if you miss, if you know what I'm talking about. That's a girl we thought. She's a gamer.
That's fantastic.
I'm fiercely attracted to her. I think she's really sexy. And I'm not big on tattoos. I just know that she's dirty. And Jesse James, she called him the Vanilla Gorilla.
Yeah,
you know
did.
that, right? Because he's packing. So
Actually, you know what? She said he wasn't packing.
Really?
She actually said that he was average, and he called himself a Vanilla Gorilla, not even, I think, referring to what he looks like when he takes his shirt off. It wasn't even about his penis.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, she said he was average, which is okay. It's nice because, but even average sounded bad. When she said, oh, he's average, it's like, you know what? Average is good. What's wrong with average? Not everybody's going to be John Holmes.
Right, yeah.
You know, I mean, I think it's bad when you're like Fred Durst, and, you know.
Oh, is he awful?
Well, he showed him, for some reason, there was a sex tape of him.
That was bad.
And
well,
he looked bad. It's like, why would you make a sex tape when you look like you are basically not packing anything?
That's why you should only use I use the camera phone, because you can position things around yourself. Like I sit in a Fisher-Price chair. I have a tiny desk. You know? My friend's a midget. I use his hand. Her hand from the correct myself.
Whoa! Hey, listen, we've read both books. We're not surprised by anything, Jim. That's awesome.
Yeah, I've heard that about Fred Durst. What a terrible thing to have as a reputation, though. How embarrassing is that?
I know.
And I think he was doing it with a Playmate or a girl that was in Playboy. So he's probably thinking, I got this sweet video, and it's like bragging rights, but not realizing people were focusing on what he wasn't packing.
Yeah, that's humiliating. That's humiliating, because it matters to women, believe me.
So basically, she said he was average, but it made it sound like poor Jesse, he's only average.
Wow.
Oh, what do you want from humanity? I mean, that's what you're supposed to be in life usually, right?
Yeah, but you never want to be referred to as average.
I know, but that actually is not bad. Average is very entertaining for a woman.
If you only knew how dirty my girlfriend is. She's a size queen, and we...
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we talk about it a lot, and... she's a dirty... We've actually talked to other guys, or she's talked to other guys on the phone while I was railing her.
Wow. All right. What other guys?
Okay, hold on.
I have like 4 questions.
Yeah, we're going to get to the 4 questions. This is, you know what?
He's looking at the look of pride right now.
They say opposites attract, or sometimes you should be with somebody just like you, and that's awesome. Jim Norton, Showbox at the Market tonight, 2 shows. And again, both shows are going to get the same Unleashed Jim Norton. So it doesn't matter whether you can drink or not drink, depending on your age. You're going to see a great show, so you can go to either one. Hey, you can go to both. That's what we're doing. Tickets on sale through Ticketmaster as we speak, so go to Ticketmaster.com to get those tickets. They'll be available at the door tonight as well. It's when's it? When? So it's
7 and 10.
7 and 10.
Yeah, doors open at 6 for the first show.
There we go.
And I think judging by the thing, we pop up on stage I think at 6:30ish though, and then the second show I think the doors open at 9:30.
So Jim looks confused. Is that true, or is the show
7, right, Kenny?
Okay, yeah. He's got it. Okay.
Yeah. What do you got, Kenny?
Yeah, doors at 6. Show starts at 7 o'clock.
Awesome.
And you guys are going to do your thing.
Yeah, it's 7 though. Yeah, it's 7.
Perfect. That's even better. Yeah,
all right.
Okay, good.
So everything starts at 7. The doors are at 6. Perfect. Gives you an hour to go out, have some beverages, do what you want to do.
Right.
If you're underage, you only get the Diet Coke. That's all you get.
Yeah.
There you go. So Jim Norton, 2 shows. Ticketmaster.com is where you get those tickets, or go up to and buy them tonight. Showbox at the Market. We'll be back with more Jim on the Rock.
This is the BJ Shea Morning Experience. 99.9 KISW.
Hey everybody! Crack the crown! Live on Effin' Friday, it's BJ Shea!
Welcome to the BJ Shea Morning Experience. Because, hey, at least once a day, you should experience a BJ.
You know, I'm ready for my BJ.
Greetings, fellow H-holes. I am said BJ. Thank you for being right here, right now. You want to reach out, do some touching? Here are the numbers. 206-421-ROCK, 800-783-ROCK.
Sprinkle it over her beef.
And Rock is 7625.
Makes me want to puke.
And if you got some